My name is Alexstevens, and this is my video presentation on SADI strategy. And this would be for a biology class of ninth graders that would need an intermediate to advanced English proficiency level. And the students would need to have at least some basic background of the knowledge about how cells work and their different components. And the basic theme of this lesson is to give students a better understanding of why living things have variations and why those variations are important. So the first thing I would have the students do would be an activity called clustering, webbing, and mapping. And this is a really good activity for bridging the students' information from their previous knowledge of what they do know and connecting it to the topic at hand. So what we could do is put the word on the board and circle it and have them make a little web by connecting words that they know. And I can either have students do this individually or do it as a class. I think it might be better to do it as a class in certain situations, and other situations have them do it individually depending on the students. And have them connect what they know about or what that word makes them feel or what they know about it into a little web. And so I would do this for multiple words so that we could bridge that information that they know into this topic of gene traits and passing down the genetic information to offspring. I would also like to have the students do a ranking and consensus building activity where they would rank items on a list from least important to most important on what a species would need to survive. And this would be a really good group activity where they would interact with and have to listen to each other and give reasons for why they believe one characteristic be more important than another. And this also gives the students, an opportunity to interact and talk in a more formal way. Then later on in the lesson, I would have them do some reading so that they can get some practice with reading some of the English words. And then I would have them do the activity picture this so that they could make some flashcards to give them a better idea of what the definitions of those words are. And some of the words are like independent assortment, incomplete dominance, codominance, and then like the Punnett square. And so some of the really important vocabulary words in this type of unit would be readily accessible to them, and they would be able to kind of make a definition for those words with little drawings as well. And they'd be able to see what some of their peers did and what their peers drew for those vocabulary words as well. And then finally, I would also have the students work in pairs to make a poster or something along those lines where they can make a Punnett square of whichever species they want that, and then assign some traits that they would combine to create whichever the possibilities of the offsprings of those two parents would be. And this whole lesson would be really great for the students as far as the SADI ones because it bridges their information. It has them interacting. They're reading portions of it in their textbook. They're writing, at least for the portions, at least a little bit, like for the clustering part. They're having to speak to each other and they're having to listen to each other in order to get the understanding and complete these different activities.